Yo, what's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about the Xbox One controller versus the Xbox 360 controller. Now, I'll start with the older one that more people probably know, which is the 360 controller. Now, the first difference that you can definitely see is the colored buttons. Now, yes, this is an Xbox 360 Elite controller, but same concept. On the normal Xbox One controllers, the what's actually gray on this one is what's actually colored. It's the same color layout and all, but yeah, on this they're a lot newer looking, whereas to me the 360 controller in and of itself looks kind of dated a little bit. So the next big thing is the D-pad. So on the 360, it almost feels like it's like a third joystick, which, while it can be great for like fighting games and all, where you're constantly moving your thumb around, it over time kind of doesn't like to stay exactly in the center, and that leads to not being able to use it as effectively. The Xbox One, it's all different buttons actually, and I have the Elite controller, so I can throw that on, but I could also run just a normal D-pad kind of setup. The next thing is actually the joysticks. So on this one, the joysticks, while the height might not have changed that much, the way that they approached the tops of them definitely did. So on the Xbox 360, they did, let's see if I can get that to focus. They did like 4 little dots, and it is concave still. Whereas on the Xbox One controller, they went with, it's still concave, but around the edges is very, very textured, which, and actually that might be a bad idea. So around the edges is very, very textured. I don't know if it's catching focus at all. Which for me actually makes it a lot better of an experience, just in general. Another thing is the Xbox button. So on the old controllers, it was what most people know, which is the raised, like the hump, and then the LEDs around to tell you what number controller it is. Xbox One, it's a little bit more streamlined actually. I kind of like it. So basically, that entire button will light up. And there's no LEDs to tell you like what number controller or anything is, which to me, it doesn't matter quite as much anyway. So the next thing is just the 2 buttons beside the Xbox button. Come on, focus. Okay, the 2 buttons beside the Xbox button. On the Xbox 360 controller, they're a little bit more of an oval shape, whereas on the Xbox One controller, you can see they are perfectly round, and also they have changed. Now, you do get used to the change pretty quickly, so I honestly would not worry about them changing them. So, other than that, the shape is generally the same between the two. The Xbox One controller looks a little bit more crisp and clean edge, rather than the Xbox 360 controller, which kind of looks like a big oval with a little bit coming off the bottom as grips. But the one last thing is the bumpers and the triggers. So the triggers are very thin on the 360 controller, and the bumpers are definitely separated, and they're meant to be pressed towards the center. Now on the Xbox One controller, they all look kind of like they're connected, and the triggers they are much wider. Now the way they're supposed to be used is the same, but the bumpers actually can be used from the sides a lot easier now, which I actually find a lot easier, especially if you're playing like COD and you need to, just bump it or do something like that. But yeah, overall, I do like both controllers, don't get me wrong, but I do like the Xbox One controller a little bit better just because of those few things. And yeah, if I was anyone looking to get a controller, I would absolutely go with the Xbox One controller. Now, is the Xbox 360 controller bad? No. But the Xbox One controller is more updated, and it is newer, so I do feel like it'll last a little bit longer. And also, yes, this one's wireless, this one's wired, so it's kind of not fair to compare weights, but this one does actually feel better in my hands. One, because the grips, which is an Xbox One Elite controller thing, which sadly did not make it down to the base level ones. But that, and also the weight of it, just feels a little bit better in my hands. Oh, and one final thing that I almost forgot about is that they did change the microphone and headset ports. So on the Xbox 360 controller, see if I can get it to focus. It looks like that, which a lot of people probably know, and I never really used because I had not an Xbox, a PS3 for that generation, and I got the Xbox 360 controller to play PC games with back in the day. And on the Xbox One, you now have focus. Maybe. But you have that, and you have the 3.5mm headphone jack, which is great if you just want to plug a pair of headphones in and just listen to the game and not have to worry about a mic. So yeah, that's all the differences between the Xbox One and the Xbox 360 controller. Just trying to get above my mic. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.